So, Beth,
Yes.
I understand you are leaving today. And please tell me about your experience in South Africa in Tembisa.
Ah, this was my first time in South Africa. Actually, it was my first time in Africa. And my time was well spent with the children. I felt very honored to be part of that environment and to go in and be asked to assist those wonderful teachers with their preschool program. The children were just absolutely wonderful. They were so inviting and lovely, and the staff was very, very good.
Okay.
And it was just, it was better than I ever anticipated in so many ways. The staff greeted me warmly every single morning, and I really found that made this stay here much, much easier. I really, really enjoyed all of the capacities that staff fulfills and the mission that they have, which is an outstanding mission. I love the fact that they go out within the school, they go to various parts of Tembisa, and they go all over the neighborhood, and the field people are so compassionate and caring. The secretary staff is just so much fun to work with. I spent some time working with them for just a little bit, and I also really enjoyed the food. It was like my first time eating pap, and I was astounded because one day I came into the lunchroom and it was the first time I had pap, and here were all these children and adults eating with their hands, and I thought, oh my goodness, where am I? And it was just a totally different experience and a different culture that really widened my view of life and widened my heart, and I will never forget people there.
Wonderful. And was it Tuesday and Wednesday of this week you also went in the community?
Yes.
To work with the field caregivers there?
I did.
Can you tell me about that
I
experience?
got to go out and see how they worked with people who can't even get out of bed, and how lovingly they care for them and bathe them every day. I got to see a woman who had tuberculosis of the spine, and she was on her stomach the whole day. Her sister was there taking care of her, and there was a smile on this woman's face, and they were so happy to see all of these people coming in to greet them. You could really, really tell that many times this made their day. Yesterday I had the unique experience of being with a woman who was very, very troubled, and she had a grandson with her who was developmentally delayed, and she did not know what she was going to do. She did not even have enough food. And so we all sat and we prayed, and it was a very sacred moment. I also got the time to go out to Freedom Square, where it is hard to describe, because until you are there and you experience the sights, the sounds, the smells, you realize that humanity is so different on all aspects of the globe, and all throughout South Africa there are very different cultures and people just trying to survive, just trying to make it one day at a time.
So Freedom Square, is it like what they call a shanty town? Is it like an informal settlement where the poor of the poorest live?
It appeared that way to me. It appeared where the poor of the poor live. The houses were made of tar paper, corrugated steel. Some of them looked like they were made of cardboard. Some were made of wood. The poppies were all lined up all throughout on the outside, and I was told that there were 4,800 houses that were within that whole community. And it was like this maze that you had to go through, and I was with field workers who really knew what they were doing, and people really, really greeted them by name. They knew who they were. They knew that they were there in the community and that they were safe people that they could confide in.
Wonderful. It has been a great pleasure to have you both in South Africa at Arable King. And from the feedback I have received from the girls, it looks like you have really left a big mark in their hearts and the children, and they learned a lot from you. And I took a video of one of the girls, her own testimony that I'll share with others, and I'm totally, just blown away by some of the things that they had to say. And thank you so much for choosing South Africa, and thank you so much for spending the time with us in Tembisa.
Thank you. It will always hold a special place in my heart.